What? Hey folks, how you doing? Andy Kimbel here, the Boat Guys. In this episode, we're going to talk about sailboats. The Dufour, the Beneteau and Jeanneau. I get asked a lot of questions about the various comparisons between these brands. As we all know, Beneteau and Jeanneau are under the same parent company umbrella. Dufour is not. They're made in France. All these boats are made in France. I was a dealer for Dufour. As a matter of fact, pride myself in being, through 6 locations throughout the United States, the largest Dufour dealer in North America for a period of time in the 2000s. Yes, I've sold my share of Beneteaus. I've sold my share of Jeanneaus and Catalinas and Hunters as a yacht broker. But I want to specifically address purchasing a Beneteau versus purchasing a Dufour versus purchasing a Jeanneau. Here's the issue. Most of the clients that we spoke to and folks that we delivered boats to in the Dufour range were folks that already owned Beneteaus. They owned Catalinas. They've owned Hunters. This is it. This is their final step. They want to get into a boat that's going to last for however long, whatever the exit price is when they're ready to get out of it, whatever it is, it is. So again, most of, and you ask yourself why. Well, people, they've had their Beneteau, they come on board a Dufour yacht, and they can see the difference. They feel the difference. It's not just what you see, it's what you feel. So, is Dufour a better boat than Beneteau or Jeanneau? In all honesty, my experience, and I've had decades of experience in this industry delivering countless boats, both in power and sail, but I come from sailing, so that's my passion. Dufour is a better boat. The construction methodology is stiffer, the response, the balancing of the boat, the feel of the boat. Is Jeanneau and Beneteau a great boat? Yeah, they're very nice boats. They're going to provide a great life on the water, believe me. So here's the difference. From my experience as a Dufour dealer, and I was also involved with the C&C brand, I was involved with the Tartan brand, I was involved with the original C&C back in the early 80s. The Bayfield yachts, Cape Dory yachts. That's to give an example without aging myself, how long I've been doing this, right? I also come from the aviation background, so boat sales has not been my full-time career, but I've been in the industry since the 70s. I was also a pilot. So, and I, by the way, speaking of pilots, I serve a lot of pilots across the country, and I travel quite a bit, and I know the needs and the busy life schedule of an airline pilot, and I do specialize in that demographic. If you're a pilot, call me for sure, 747-241-0072. We have a lot in common. I have so many references in the aviation industry that I've delivered boats to. I'd be glad to introduce you to any of these folks. But if you're a pilot, definitely call me, and we'll move ahead if you so desire to do so. 747-241-0072. Okay, let's move on. The Beneteau and Jeanneau are boats that a lot of our Dufour prospects and clients who bought Dufours already own. They've already owned the Beneteau, they've owned the Catalina, they've owned the Hunter, they've owned the Jeanneau. And they see the Dufour, and that's what they want to step into after already owning those boats. Why? There's a distinct difference. The construction methodology, the way they've been building boats since 1964, they're stiff, they're safe, reliable, fast. Even the cruising boats are fast. They provide an exquisite sailing experience. Dufour yachts, and I'm not a Dufour dealer. I have nothing to do with Dufour. I want to make that very clear. But this is my experience as a sailor, as one who sells Beneteau, who sells Jeanneau, who sells Hans. Dufour is a very, very good boat. But here's the issue. Dufour has 4% of the market share in the United States, right around there, or a little bit less actually. Beneteau and Jeanneau own over 90% of the market share. So when you go to put a for sale sign on your Dufour boat, first of all, you paid more for it. It's going to have a higher resale price, but is the market there to spend that money? So you can say, wow, you spend more on a boat, you put exquisite, well-known, highly reputable name on that boat, it's going to command a higher return when you go to sell the boat. Not in the real world. In theory, maybe, but it doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, it truly doesn't. So when you go see a 50-foot Dufour, for example, and a 50-foot Beneteau, there could be as much as a $90,000 to $100,000 price difference. Is Dufour $100,000 more in sailing and life aboard, and the beer tastes the same and everything else? I mean, really, right? take money out of the equation, would you rather have a Dufour? Yes, there's no question about it in so many respects, right? Would you rather have a Hansa? Yes. Would you rather have a Vakia? Yes. They're much more expensive on the brokerage market, and because of that, they sit for a lot longer on the average, right? Once you get it, you're going to be, if again, taking money out of the equation, they're phenomenal sailboats. But then again, when the boat sits at the dock, when you're enjoying your life aboard, you're entertaining, you're hanging out, maybe go out for a day sail and come back, you spend $100,000 more for that, or $90,000, $80,000, whatever it is, a whole lot more money for that name brand, supposedly higher end boat. In the brokerage market, you get the same exact life on the water, really. You tie your 50-foot boat up at the dock, whether it's a Jeanneau or a Beneteau. The life on board, the beer tastes the same, the barbecue grill works just as well, the sleeping accommodations are fabulous. The life on board is the same. Is the Dufour going to be, in terms of the sailing experience, going to present a better experience, a more thrilling experience, safe and thrilling? A bit. Yeah, after sailing a lot of those boats myself for years, yes, there is a measurable difference. But there's going to be a time when you go to sell your boat and you're going to have a for sale sign on it, and you're going to say, you know, I can get $380,000 to $390,000 for my 49 or my 50-foot Dufour, when the rest of the market's selling 50-foot or 49-foot Beneteaus and 49-foot Jeanneaus for $80,000 to $100,000 or more less. The life on the water, the life on board is that much different. So unfortunately, that's the way of the world. That's the way. That's the absolute truth. I highly recommend a higher end, a brand, the Vakia, the Dufour, the Hansa. These are boats that are just the construction methodology and the sailing experience and the stiffness and reliability of these higher end boats is measurable versus the Beneteau, Jeanneau type boats, which are great boats. If you own a Beneteau, you own a Jeanneau, you know this. They're fabulous boats. The life on board is great. They sail really well. But when you step on these higher end sailboats, there's a difference. There is a difference. Sometimes it's just a feel when you get on board and the wind's blowing 12, 15 knots. 20 knots, 25 knots. You feel the difference when you're at the helm, even when you're just sitting enjoying the ride. There's a difference. So I'd like you to give me a call. I provide consulting services with boat owners across the United States, coast to coast. My number directly is 747-241-0072. Andy Kimbel, the Boat Guy, the Boat Guy Show. Let's talk. Let's talk about boats. Let's talk about boats you might be interested in. I'm a phenomenal negotiator. I've negotiated deals like you wouldn't believe, and I've saved boat buyers thousands and thousands of dollars. I've been doing this a really long time. Call me. There's no obligation. It doesn't cost you anything. All right? 747-241-0072. Let's talk. Let's talk about what your hopes and dreams are, what you look to accomplish in the next 2 years of your life on the water, what you have now, what you're looking to get out of or get into. All right? Again, Andy Kimbel, 747-241-0072. Email me at this email address. Send me a note. I prefer a phone conversation. You go back and forth via email all day long. I work via a growing relationship, and it goes beyond just buying a boat. It's outfitting the boat afterward. It's helping you find a boat slip. It's helping you find accommodations, even provisioning. I do all this. 747-241-0072. All the best, folks.